It has been one of the worst decisions I've ever made, but we did it for the best of reasons, and we thought it was safe here.
High rise and now high risk. But when Debbie bought this top floor flat in Leeds, she thought investing in bricks and mortar was a safe bet. As a former estate agent, she believed it was the best way to protect savings to pay for her elderly mother's care.
This is her pension. This is not just the sum of money. She's going to be 88 in 2 weeks' time. And we thought we're better to put money, because building societies and banks aren't paying very high interest rates at all. It's always sound in property.
But after a number of fire safety defects were uncovered, her flat, alongside the other 363 in the building, is now essentially worthless. And £8 million is the estimated total cost to fix the block.
A £5 billion government fund is supposed to protect leaseholders in buildings like this one from paying for the removal of cladding. But this cladding was found to be safe. It's the insulation underneath which isn't, and residents still don't know if they'll be lumped with the costs to remove it.
The company that manages the building has applied for funding, but they still don't know how much they'll get, leaving Debbie stuck holding off retirement and her mother's £45,000 pension potentially wiped out.
She's not particularly well, and she doesn't know anything about this. It actually makes me feel quite sick. And my brother and I were both we both have power of attorney, and we made the joint decision, and it's been a terrible decision to have made, and it would kill her. It would absolutely, she would have no ability to understand what this meant.
6 floors down, and Ian, who's 56, moved to his flat to be closer to work. But after 13 years living here, he had plans to move in with his partner.
I'm getting to the age now where I'm considering retirement, considering moving into a bungalow perhaps with a garden, something that you don't get much of here.
After working for nearly 40 years, Ian is now not only trapped in his own home, but potentially facing financial ruin. If costs are passed to him, they could reach £20,000.
I haven't got that amount of cash lying around. Very few people have. And whilst we're trying to be patient, it is quite difficult to maintain a positive outlook.
The government fund is supposed to be speeding up remediation on buildings like Debbie and Ian's, but our survey has found that 74% of flat owners still don't know whether funding will be granted. And even if it is, flats could remain unsellable for years.
Buyers, the market, they've been spooked.
Alex Goldstein is a property consultant covering the whole of Yorkshire.
If you're a buyer, why would you then want to buy into one of those buildings, even if legally it's all been sorted? It just puts a huge amount of doubt in your mind. So again, companies, investors looking to come into the area, it could have a very adverse effect.
The managing agent for Debbie and Ian's building told us, "We understand how difficult the uncertainty is for residents, and we're doing all we can to support them. But until the application process is complete, we can't confirm the amount of eligible available funding."
It just isn't fair, and we've not contributed to this in any way. We've paid our way throughout the whole time. So to make us responsible for resolving it and paying for it, it does feel like a massive injustice.
It's estimated tens of thousands of people in Yorkshire are trapped in flats with fire safety issues. But as Debbie and Ian hoped for greater freedom that retirement could bring, they've become prisoners to a crisis which extends far beyond these 4 walls.
Life was good, and it was a good investment, and it represented, as an actor, you never know what the future holds. So it was an investment that represented, as far as I was concerned, my pension. This was going to secure me for the future. So not only was it sentimentally great and a place to live, it also meant that I was making a very considered, grown-up purchase that was going to protect me in later life. I feel angry because I feel foolish. I feel like I have become an unwitting victim in a horrible set of circumstances where other people have profited. And like I said, I'm not stupid, I'm not foolish, I've been around a long time. And yet I have become embroiled in this horrible situation which is not my, it's not my fault, and it's none of our fault. And that's the thing that's truly disturbing.